They finished second in the Southeast Division this season with a record of 18-6-4, 63 goals for, and just 29 goals conceded. But this is a team that is on a 4-game winning streak coming into the playoffs and 9-1-1 in their last 11 games. So the NC Courage are in their white uniforms. Well, Real SoCal in their home blue come in finishing 6th in the Southwest Division with a record of 18-13-5, 64 goals for, and 47 goals against. The other two teams to round up this group are Crossfire Premier and Nationals. So Real SoCal being announced. Real SoCal was created back in 2006, has produced plenty of youth international players on both the boys and the girls side. Most recently, Adam Saldana just signed for LA Galaxy 2 out of Real SoCal. Will also be playing in the U-17 World Cup this fall. So many men and women from Real SoCal have gone on to represent the U.S. youth national teams. One of these U-16 17s is Giselle Thompson, who's playing up with the 19s for the playoffs. Was a member of the U-15 CONCACAF championship team and a U-16 international as well. Just looking at this NC Courage side, who has been hot as of late, looking to continue that streak here in the playoffs as we'll step aside for the playing of the national anthem. The Real SoCal bench looking on as the players pitch side go through the traditional handshake as we are getting ready for kickoff in Oceanside. Group D will get us underway in the U-16-17 playoffs. And a good look at your referees for this afternoon's battle. Michael Kapp out of Oklahoma is your man in the middle for this one. He will be assisted by Omid Ibrahim from right here in Cal South. Michael Vostavka out of Iowa is the assistant referee on the far side. And CJ Reed Jones from right here in Cal South as well is the fourth official in between the benches. As there is Michael Kapp getting ready to get this one underway. NC Courage have to go back to April 30th for their last loss, their only loss of the spring. As we've said, on a tear, 9-1-1, but head coach Dave Madron said, you know, we haven't played in almost a month. Their final game, which was a 7-1 win, mind you, was all the way back on May 26th. So he said one of the biggest things about this game for his NC Courage side is how quickly can they find their rhythm and shake off any rust. Well, they've been training really hard to face off against the Real SoCal side that they expect to try and press them really high. Dave Madron said about their opponents that when Real SoCal's first line of pressure does get broken, they do a very good job of dropping back and reorganizing in a medium block. So transition will have to be very quick against this Real SoCal team and their center back, Dumont. It's a good look at the goalkeepers. Starting out with the NC Courage's Mackenzie Smith, making her 13th start of the season. And her opposite number, Allie Lynch, keeping goal for Real SoCal as we are underway from Oceanside. And it's the Courage who are first on the ball, looking to fashion the game's first attack as this one will come back for O'Malley. She'll slide it inside for Goldthwaite. And it's patience from the Courage in the early going. Quinlan played it inside. Over the top, looking for the run of Tolentino, who's been very productive as of late. But she sees the offside flag go up against her, and it will be a free kick for Real SoCal. So Sawyer Demond with the free kick for Real SoCal, won back by Tolentino, but it's taken over in midfield by Shea Rashoff. She'll get it back to Dumond. Is looking for options. Now elects to go over the top where it's headed away. Groff was able to get it out wide, but O'Malley couldn't keep it in bounds. So it's going to be a throw-in for Real SoCal. San Lucas put that one on a rope to the top of the box. Sharp battling for it. O'Malley. That one rather played behind Groff, did well to get to it. Back out for O'Malley as she'll clip this one into the feet of Sapienza. Slithers her way through two and gets it forward for Tolentino. So dangerous with the ball at her feet. Slides it out over to the far side for Lainey Rouse. Rouse has the overlap. Oh, this is a good run. Ball slid across, top of the box for Quinlan. Helped on. And the shot from Sapienza was blocked. And allows Lynch to fall on it. Ali Lynch, whose uncle is former NFL player John Lynch, who's now GM of the San Francisco 49ers. Making her 36th start of the season in goal for Real SoCal, Ali Lynch. Has also started 2 games with the U-19s. As this is Groff. O'Malley. Just returned from the U-16 national team trip in Portugal. Shea O'Malley. It's a good extended period with the national team as they held a camp in California before making their way to Portugal for matches. Real SoCal looking to break through Cortez. Helps it on out wide. Played into the middle for Rashoff. Sets herself up for the shot, but it's charged down. And this one bounced right in front of Smith. Was a good save off the shot from Fiona Burnett, who's in her first season in the Development Academy, was invited to shoot. Got that ball to drop awkwardly in front of Smith, but didn't seem too concerned by it. Now plays it out to the other side. Poked away from Courtnall for Rouse. Has room to run. Rouse gets on her bike with Courtnall chasing. Arrowing her way into the box. Slides it across, quick shot in, but well stationed as Lynch to make the save. And good distribution from Lynch. Krikorian gets it back. In for Rashoff. Back for Brown. And the high pressure paying off for NC Courage as they win it in midfield. Now coming forward is Groff. It was poked away by Cortez. Brown steps in to win it for Real SoCal. And won by Arnold. DiPerno steps in between the centered forwards. Sharp will win the throne for Real. 5 minutes. Both teams have had a shot on target, but nothing to worry the keepers as it's 0-0 on match day 1 in Oceanside. It's smart shielding from Groff, and now looking for options. Little touch on for O'Malley. Look to play it up the wing, but the high press in full effect for Real. There will be a throw for the Courage. See plenty of scouts in attendance for this one. The last time I checked, over 470 registered scouts, the majority of them college coaches. And then U.S. Soccer's Talent ID Scouting Network has over 20 scouts here as well. Yesterday saw U-15 head coach Tracy Kevins in attendance for match day 1 of the U-15 playoffs. As this is an event on both the boys and girls side, started on the 19th going all the way through the 29th, 667 games being played at the SoCal Sports Complex here in Oceanside. As the Courage have some space to operate. Slid into Goldthwaite. She's come on really strong as of late, Goldthwaite, and she elects to have a go. But out to claim is Lynch. Well, Goldthwaite was injured early on in the spring, had surgery in March, but head coach David Maturin said she has come back, just put her head down, worked so hard to get back to full fitness, and is in fine form heading into these playoffs. In fact, in that 7-1 win, Goldthwaite had a double to end the season. And it is Goldthwaite who flicks it on. The cross comes in. It's a good one, but the shot rolled right into the arms of Lynch. As it was Sapienza did well to bring that one down and have the shot. Just needs to test the keeper. But the buildup is good from the Courage, and now it's Real's turn to show what they can do on the attack. There's space for Burnett. She tried to slide it into the channel, but away come the Courage. Tolentino sizing up her defender. He's going to run at her. And that's well defended from Dumont. Good distribution out of the back as well. She finds Krikorian. Into the middle for Rashoff, who couldn't feel the pressure coming in from Quinlan. Out to the far side for Lainey Rouse. U-17 international Lainey Rouse gets it back. Arnold, bit of a loose touch, and Krikorian overtakes. Rashoff, Krikorian. Rather played it behind the feet of Taub. And this is good hold-up play from Sapienza. Quinlan. Beautiful let on for Rouse into space. Eats up ground. Works in the box, slides it across. And unable to get any purchase in the shot, but it's another good build-up from the Courage. Looking very strong, especially in transition. As Rouse in full flight. It was a great first touch to get her in on her way, picks her head up. And Goldthwaite just couldn't get any purchase on the shot. Another opportunity. This one sails over the crossbar. The Courage are creating inroads though. It's still 0-0 as we head into the 10th minute of play. So a good look at Groff. As Lynch comes back to get this ball for the goal kick. Groff and DiPerno both wearing the captain's armbands, the center backs for the North Carolina Courage. Well, DiPerno making sure that her defenders are in the right position before she gets set to take this goal kick. She's going to push everyone forward and launch this into midfield. 10th minute. Chances at both ends, but still no goals in Oceanside. It's the 11th seed, or 8th seed rather, NC Courage, who are listed as the home team against 2015 Real SoCal. It was more of a home match for Real SoCal, considering that they are sleeping in their own beds, eating their own food, and will be at home on their off days. We also know this field well, Real SoCal having league games here in the Southwest Division against the likes of the San Diego Surf, so they know this complex, they know the wind that sweeps across it, they know these fields well. The Courage got in on Thursday. Asked Dave Madden how the team was doing. He said, we're kind of bored of sitting around and killing time. We're ready to play. And they've certainly shown that through the first 10 plus minutes. So it's a throw in for the Courage. O'Malley wriggles free. Ball too far ahead of Quinlan, and it's swept clear. DePerno will get it out wide. Arnold wants it in the middle. Instead, it's played into the pocket, was looking for Quinlan. Checking back as Sapienza. Goldthwait wants it. Sapienza spins, crowded out by 3 Real defenders, conspire to win it back, and Rashoff wins the free kick at the top of the center circle. Keith West side went into the spring showcase in Denver, teetering on the edge of the playoff spots. Played 3 teams that were in the playoff places in that showcase, went 3-0, picked up 9 points, worked themselves into the playoff places, and have stayed there ever since. I was talking to the team manager before the game, and he said it was excellent. Not only was it the turning point for us in our season, but also 4 of the players had never gotten to see snow before, so they were really excited about that. As this is Brown shielding the ball. We'll get it back for Dumond. Into the middle for Krikorian. She'll lay it off for Brown. Arnold battling in the middle. But instead it's San Lucas who comes away with it. This is Rashoff. Burnett. And Tolentino stepped into the passing lane to intercept for the Courage. Forward for Goldthwait. And Burnett gets the bounce, so this ball's going to stay in. Shields Goldthwait off the ball. Dumond pushes it forward. Krikorian. It's a good job by the Courage to squeeze the game right in front of Real's bench and win it back. And O'Malley elects to keep possession for the North Carolina side. Courage's U-15s tied 1-1 yesterday as they began their playoff run. Lynch's punt. This will roll out for a Real throw-in. Real's U-19s are also in the playoffs. That's going to be a really fun squad to watch. Not only this year, Real's U-19s, but next year as well, as they'll have 5 players returning. And they will be joined by some of these players who will make the step up. And one of the biggest things in the Development Academy is getting players out of their comfort zone, getting them to train and play against older and faster players. And this entire Real SoCal side has trained at different times with the U18-19s. Tolentino takes off. Now she'll turn back inside. Quinlan. O'Malley on the overlap. It allows Tolentino to step inside. Dances by 3 defenders. Gets it back off for O'Malley. And she will play it off of Sharp to win the first corner kick of the game. Wind's really whipping around here in Oceanside. We'll see how it affects the trajectory of these corner kicks. That is when they send him in, as this one played short to O'Malley. Her cross is quickly blocked off by Eva Krikorian. Rashoff wins it, and O'Malley's down behind the play, and referee stopping right away because it was an injury to the face. So it was a fair challenge, but Tolentino did take a knock, and the referee doing the right thing. It's the only time the referee is obliged to stop the game is when it is a head injury. So Tolentino looks to be okay. She's walking off to be checked on by the trainer. So for the moment, the Courage are down to 10 ladies. Might ask to put in a temp substitute, because anytime there's any chance of a face injury, or a head injury rather, you can bring in a player. Well, the other one goes through concussion protocol. And so Izzy Lasardi is getting set to check back in. And so Lasardi will come on for her 27th appearance of the season. It was such a great innovation by U.S. Soccer. If you have a player that has a head injury and needs to be cleared to play again, instead of playing down 10 ladies, you're allowed to bring in a temporary sub. And once Tolentino is cleared to play, if she is, that she can come back on, Lasardi can go back off, and it won't count against either of them. So Lasardi would be able to re-enter the game later on. Well, she's on for now. Sapienza into the path of Rouse. Rouse shows a bit too much of it to the keepers, quickly off her line. Good goalkeeping by Lynch. Well, it was a lovely reverse ball played by Sapienza into the path of Rouse. Last touch just a bit too heavy as she was trying to get by the chasing defenders. Still a good job from Lynch to read that heavy touch and come off her line to claim it. So free kick for Real SoCal in the 18th minute. And Burnetta's going to leave this one off for Damon. Damon is playing up from the U-15s for these playoffs. And she drills this one forward. She's looking for the flick on right at the top of the box. Clear it only as far as Krikorian. Goldthwaite comes back to take it off of her boot. And now the Courage trying to work their way out of this high press from Real. And they found space down the far side. And now you see Real dropping back into the midfield where they will reorganize their defensive line. Sardi seizes on the loose ball, invited to run at the pocket of space. A little touch on for Sapienza, who will roll it out wide for Rouse. U-17 international looking to get to the end line. As well shielded off as it goes over the end line, will be a goal kick. Now the referee has spotted his assistance flag on the far side. And Lynch will take the goal kick for Real in the 19th minute. Lynch electing to place this ball in the center. Will send this forward with her left boot. Launches it into the midfield. Lasardi works her way inside. Into the channel looking for Sapienza, who just overran it. And it will roll out for another goal kick for Allie Lynch and Real SoCal. Arnold. Good pressure provided by San Lucas, forcing Arnold to play that ball out of bounds, and Real will have the throw-in on the far side as this comes back for Brown. Demond looking for options. Was electing to go along with it. Bought down by Taub. Groff pokes it away. Quinlan wins it back for the Courage. O'Malley. Off of Real S, so it'll be a Courage's ball. Well, they were expecting that high press. Dave Madrid told me that in training, his side has been working on their build-up play because he expects the likes of Real SoCal Nationals and Crossfire to be high-energy pressing teams. So he said that we tried to give the girls some ideas for solutions to different problems they might see, especially against the presses they're facing in these playoff games. So far, they've been comfortable playing through that pressure from Real SoCal, the Courage have. Lursardi chasing. And it's Lursardi's pressure that wins the throw-in for the North Carolina Courage. And it will be a free kick for NC Courage in the 22nd minute. Rouse's header. San Lucas looking to run. Excellent tracking back by Quinlan. And she'll win the free kick. A great defensive work from Riley Quinlan. Spray it over to the near side. O'Malley kills it instantly, now cutting inside. He's looking for the run at the top of the box. Groff ventures into the attack. Rashoff. We'll get it back for Demond. Just past the halfway point of the first half, 0-0 between NC Courage and Real SoCal. Game that has been played in between the boxes, two very organized defenses. Rouse slides it forward, looking for the run of Sapienza. The steps in front of Demond, but Brown is there to take it off of her foot. Brown again. Silky on the far side from San Lucas. And now she takes off. Has two ahead of her. Finds Taub. Taub crowded off the ball. And it's DePerno. This is DePerno. Now she steps in between the forwards and works her way into midfield. Strong shielding from DePerno. But that one zipped over the foot of Rouse. And Real will get it back to their keeper. High pressure in the pass, played right to Lursardi. And that was an important intervention from Dumont. Not only kept Lursardi from putting that ball into an empty net, but was able to get it clear. Well, a loose pass. And Lursardi is so close to it, but Dumont with a perfect tackle and then good reactions to get up and get that ball away. That's the reason it's still 0-0. Well, good news for the Courage is that Tolentino has been cleared, and she's getting set to check back in. Goldthwait with room to run. Looking for the reverse ball for Lursardi. Matching her step for step, though, is Sharp. Her pass is picked off by O'Malley, and now a foul called behind the play as Sharp was fouled when she made the clearance. So that was an excellent shift for Izzy Lursardi. Wouldn't be surprised if she comes back into this match, but Tolentino will come back on, having been cleared after taking a shot to the face earlier on. And once again, because that substitution was made so that a player could go through concussion protocol, it will not count as a sub. So good to see that Tolentino is back out there. Rouse. Feverish work to win it back from Quinlan. He's able to get it over for Tolentino. Loves getting that ball out wide and cutting inside. O'Malley. Goldthwait, the return ball for O'Malley, who's into the channel. O'Malley measures up the cross, fizzes it in. Another throw-in for the North Carolina Courage in the 27th minute. Their build-up play has been excellent, but Real's defending has been staunch in and around their box. It might take something special to unlock this Real defense in their defensive end. As O'Malley rides the challenge from Sharp, still going O'Malley, able to get the cross off, too close to the keeper. The referee, who's playing advantage, pulls it back for the free kick. And the Courage Boys Academy over on the far side really enjoyed that, as a cheer came up from them. And the cross a bit too close, but before that, Sharp had her arm out and was trying to push O'Malley out of bounds. Good job by the referee to play advantage. As Lynch is setting up her wall, she's happy with it. Two women in the wall. It's Tolentino who's over it. Tolentino sends it across. Still allowed to bounce around in the area. And this one will come all the way back for DiPerno. Sweeps it out wide. Rolled back for Groff, who finds O'Malley. Looking for the early ball to the top of the box. And well defended by Brown. So O'Malley takes the throw in. It's Sharp who gets it away. Tolentino goes to work on the near side. This falls for Quinlan. Quinlan getting it onto her right foot. Shot takes a deflection and will roll out for another corner kick for the Courage, their second of the game. And they look like they want to take it quickly. It goes to Goldthwait. Skips past Krikorian, but Sharp blocks the cross. So Tolentino, who's committed to Pittsburgh, will take this corner kick. It'll be either an outswinger or just straight driven in from this near side. As the runs into the box are made, this one hoisted up across and cleared off the line. One by Taub. DiPerno smacks back the other way. Taub brings it down. O'Malley weaves her way through midfield and leaves it off. Quinlan tells Arnold to get onto it. And she finds Rouse on the far side, wants to run. Can't skip past Courtnall. Stellar defending by Courtnall on the far side, who's going to have her hands full this afternoon with Lainey Rouse. on the half-hour mark in Oceanside. And Real SoCal attacking through Krikorian. Dilly-dallied on the ball just a bit too long, allowing Goldthwait to step in. And Tolentino gets there first. Lays it back off to O'Malley, who continued to run. Inside for Goldthwait. Goldthwait. And her pass was picked off by Brown. Won by Arnold. Goldthwait spins. Slipped inside for Goldthwait. Going for the quick shot. Didn't get her foot wrapped around it. So it will be a goal kick for Lynch and Real SoCal in the 32nd minute. And Real SoCal getting set to make a change. And so it's Maddy Cleve who's going to come on. So Cleve replacing Taub. I hope that Taub's okay. Not sure whether that was for an injury or whether it's something tactical coming from head coach Keith West. But Cleve is on for her 36th appearance of the season. Sharp was looking in the middle for Rashoff. Oh, that's a lovely ball to the far side. Abbott's there. Cleve providing pressure. As this comes to DePerno. Rashoff forces the interception and gets the ball back. Muscles off the challenge from DePerno. She has a go, but the shot sails over the crossbar. Good work, though, from Rashoff applying the pressure, which allowed Real to win that ball deep in NC's end. Then got the pass back, and not a bad idea electing to have a go. Just trying to see if she could catch Smith unawares, but it was nothing to test the keeper in the end. O'Malley striding forward. Gets it in for Goldthwait. Goldthwait spins. Slithers by one. Sends it to the back post. It falls for Quinlan. Charging down her shot is Cortez. And Brown is able to get enough on it to get it off to Rashoff. Forward for Krikorian. Rashoff saunters forward. Has Cleve making the run to the near side. Elects to flight it to the back post. And that's well defended by Abbott. Looking for Sapienza. Muscled off the ball by Brown. And Real will play it around the back through their center half, Dumont. Will leave it off for her center back partner, Brown. And San Lucas turns. San Lucas, committed to Long Beach State, gets the ball out wide. And this is Morgan Brown. Inside for Cortez. Rashoff. Oh, lovely ball, looking for the run of Sharp. Just a bit too far in front of her. And O'Malley knocks it off Sharp to win the throw-in. But it's a great job by Real SoCal to move that ball from side to side. As soon as it gets crowded one way, Cortez did a great job to pivot and try and open things up down the other side. Cortez. Dumont. Dumont will get a second opportunity. Into the final 10 minutes of the first half. 0-0 between the North Carolina Courage and Real SoCal. An opportunity perhaps for a long throw in here. Be taken by Bree San Lucas. She's looking for the flick on right on the edge of the box. Gets it off the head of O'Malley, but over to clear away is DiPerno. Now Brown steps into the attack. And Cortez elects to maintain possession for Real SoCal as they'll hit the reset button in the 36th minute. Dumond. Courtnall. Is unable to control it on the far side, and the Courage will have the throw-in. 37th minute. We saw that when Tolentino had to come off to go through the concussion protocol and Izzy Lasardi came on, the level didn't change at all for the North Carolina Courage. That's one thing David Madarin said he really loves about his side. He said, you know, I have a bit of a selection headache because I have 14 or 15 players that could be starters. So we'll get back to that in a second. As the ball rolled to the top of the box, Krikorian will lay it back for Cortez. Has Sharp in support. As Sharp hoists it into the area. It's a great ball from Sharp. And Real SoCal have opened the scoring. It's the substitute Cleve who gets the final touch as she steers it past the keeper. Maddy Cleve with her 8th goal of the season, but it was a gorgeous ball played over the top from Sharp. Perfectly weighted right over the head of defender, and Cleve did so well to bring it down, and a composed finish with the goalkeeper rushing to challenge her. Well, they haven't had the majority of the possession, Real SoCal, but they've defended staunchly and they've taken their opportunities to go forward. And they're in the ascendancy with the 1-0 lead deep into the first half. And now they're looking for more as San Lucas spins. Dumont. It was the early ball over the top that unlocked this Courage defense. And it was from Sharp, who couldn't chase it down on this occasion as it rolls out of bounds for a throw-in. So getting back to the Courage, Madarin was saying, you know, he has 14 to 15 players that could start every single game, and he said that he'll pick the 11 that he thinks is the best for the opponent that they're facing, and he hopes those players that could start but weren't selected to start, that it just makes them hungrier. But he said because everybody's so good, it keeps the competition level up in training, because no one's place is safe in the starting lineup. And it's exactly what the Courage are trying to build from their youth teams all the way up for their first team, which has been the class of the NWSL. Of course, back-to-back NWSL champions and winning the treble last year, not only with the NWSL championship, but with the Shield for having the best record, as this one drops just over the crossbar. But not only the NWSL championship, but the best regular season record, resulting in them winning the Shield and then the ICC championship as well. The NWSL play did get back underway following the break it had for the start of the World Cup. Well, it's Real SoCal who have the momentum at the moment. And it's the goal scorer, Cleve. Cleve spins away from the pressure and gets it back for Sharp. Sharp to send another dangerous ball in, but this one will skip all the way through for Smith. In the final 5 minutes of the first half, and it's Real SoCal who have the 1-0 lead, courtesy of a 37th minute strike from the substitute, Maddy Cleve. Well, one thing that this Real SoCal side have is players along the back line who are not only smart with their simple passes out of the back to transition to attack, but when they get the chance, they're very adept at playing those long balls over the back line to bypass their midfield and have players making runs in behind the back four of the NC Courage. And that is how Real SoCal fashioned the game's only goal. Arnold wins it for Quinlan. Slides it into the feet of Sapienza, whose shot skews wide of the target. Lynch's goal kick. Won by Abbott on the far side. Rouse gets it back to her. Arnold was showing in the middle. Instead, it comes back to DePerno. As she plays a good ball over the top. We're level! Sapienza! Clinical finish with the goalkeeper coming out to challenge. But once again, it's a ball out of the back to unlock the defense. And Sapienza has equalized in the 42nd minute. Perfect ball, Sapienza running onto it, and one touch to steer it beyond the keeper. Eighth goal of the season for Sapienza, and we're level just before halftime. Dumond beat Goldthwait to the punch. Clee. Burnett is looking down the line. And Burnett tries to play it across. Ball falls right back to her. And she's met by Goldthwait. Sapienza tracking back. So this comes for Brown. Dumond. Sharp's throwing. Clee. Still battling Clee. She's able to get the loose ball. Plays it over to the far side. San Lucas gets it back to Cortez. Out wide for Courtnall. Forward for Lucas. San Lucas twisting, turning, and running out of real estate on the far side, so it'll be a throw-in for the Courage. Well, up next for Real SoCal will be Crossfire Premier in 2 days' time. Well, the NC Courage will face off against Nationals. Real good geographic diversity to this group. You have a team from Southern California, the Pacific Northwest, the Midwest, and the East Coast. Couldn't ask for much better than that from a draw. Dumond steps in front of Sapienza, leaves it off for Cortez. Her pass intercepted by DePerno, who stepped into the midfield. Love when center backs can read the game and step into the midfield to provide an extra body and close down passing lanes. And now DePerno back in her position to receive that pass back from Goldthwait. O'Malley unable to chase it down. So we're waiting for word of how much stoppage time there will be. 2 minutes of stoppage time. I'm not sure whether or not the board is working because the referee just went over and spoke to both benches. Sapienza turns. Quinlan able to escape the pressure. She gets it off for Abbott. She pumps one into the box. Dumon's defending has been excellent in this first half. Quinlan. Back for Abbott. Over for Rouse. Rouse looking for the half yard of space to get the cross off. Courtnall not giving her an inch. But it will be a throw in for the Courage. So we're into the final of the minimum 2 minutes of stoppage time. Away by Brown. And another throw in for the Courage. Sapienza. And herself out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in on the far side. Krikorian. San Lucas on the far side. Has Cleve and Burnett making their way to the top of the box. San Lucas working against DePerno. That's textbook one-on-one defending from DePerno. Krikorian at the top of the box. Cortez. A quick one-time ball in coming from Sharp, but it's too far for the attacker chasing it, and that'll be the last action of the first half. 45 minutes down, and this one still hangs in the balance. It is 1-1 between the North Carolina Courage and Real SoCal. We're going to step aside, but we'll be back with you for the final 45 minutes.
I'm Patrick Schulte. I play for St. Louis FC Academy. I'm a goalkeeper, and I'm here for the DA playoffs. I had my first debut with St. Louis FC in the Open Cup a few weeks ago. We tied 1-1, went to penalties, and we won a penalty shootouts. It was real cool because I was the hero in the situation. The coaching staff, really prepared me well. Just growing up through the DA, they just taught me everything I know. I hate losing, so my mindset is don't let anything in. If I don't let anything in, I have faith in my teammates that they'll score a goal. Hopefully, each and every day we put our best effort out and we advance out of our group. This game was real good. Started off with 2 goals and then got another one. They got one back, but we kept fighting and got another one, and we got the win today.
Taking a look at the first half highlights. Lane Rouse flying into the box. Last touch just a bit too heavy, and Lynch came out to make the save. And then an opportunity, but good defending from Dumond. And this was the opening goal. A great ball over the top from Sharp. And Cleve with a masterful finish. Did so well to kill that ball, sort her feet out, and get it past the on-rushing Mackenzie Smith. That goal came in the 37th. But then in the 42nd, the ball coming in, and it was slipped past the keeper from Emily Sapienza to make it 1-1. But what a ball that was played over the top, as both goals scored in similar fashion. The ball's being played from outside backs over the opposition back four, and a forward rushing to get onto it, and then scoring with the keeper coming out to close them down. So Real SoCal, they're enjoying themselves at the moment, as it is 1-1 here on match day 1 in Group D of the U-16-17 U.S. Soccer Development Academy playoffs. These girls super competitive, but so many times you've heard about players play so much better when they have a smile on their face. Let's good look at Mackenzie Smith. He's keeping goal in place of the injured Emily Allen. As the goal scorer Cleve, who's over the ball, came on as a sub midway through the first half for Hannah Taub. Got her name up in lights just a few minutes after entering the fray. So we are ready for the final 45 minutes on match day 1 in Oceanside. Real SoCal getting us back underway. Brown with the header away. Morgan Brown, the daughter of NFL Hall of Famer Jim Brown. It's Tolentino's loose touch. Seized upon by Rashoff. Reverse ball into the channel, looking for San Lucas, but it's hooked clear by Abbott. It's a good recovery from Annabelle Abbott. He's committed to East Carolina University. This was one into the box. Clean to the far post. She has a double, and Real SoCal have the lead. Look at this for a turn and finish. Absolutely nothing Smith in the Courage goal could do. And Real SoCal have their noses in front once again. Just a minute into the second half rather, a dream start to this final frame for Real SoCal, back in front once again. As they have the 2-1 lead. And now the Courage, for the second time today, must chase the game. Played in for Rouse. Instant response, so close. Just on the wrong side of the post from a Courage perspective. But you have to love the resiliency of this NC Courage side. And what a pass this was. Into the path of Rouse. A good job by Lynch to come out and cut down the angle, forcing Rouse to pull it wide. Backward header coming on from Bree San Lucas. Interception from Courtnall. One right back by Quinlan. Quinlan muscled off the ball by Cortez. And Cortez has her pocket picked. Ball's come through for Tolentino. Drives it across the top of the 18. It comes all the way back for Groff. Has DePerno in support. Abbott steps in. Courtnall. Quinlan. Deflected ball falls right onto the feet of Sapienza, who goes for goal. The shot always rising, and it will be a goal kick for Real SoCal. Courage gave up a goal just a minute into the second half, but have been on the attack looking for the equalizer ever since. That's a chance for Real SoCal to catch their breath, as they've been under the cosh the last 3 minutes. San Lucas's header. Abbott battling. And she wins the foul against the double team. Sarah Allner. Over to the far side. O'Malley. Throw to be taken by Rouse. Rouse finds O'Malley. Works her way to the end line. Is not allowed to get the cross off. And this will go off of Tolentino last, but it'll be a throw in the deepest part of the field for Courtnall and Real SoCal. One right back by the Courage. It'll be another throw in for the Courage. Real SoCal have the lead through goals from Cleve in the 37th and 46th minute. Sandwiched in between a 42nd minute strike from Emily Sapienza for the NC Courage. DePerno bulldozing her way through midfield. Cortez spins off her. Quinlan looking for options. Has Rouse shaping up out wide. Rouse cuts inside. Still going Rouse! Off the crossbar! Arnold wanted the early ball in. Hoisted clear by Cortez. Cleve held it up well and gets it out wide. Quinlan getting this ball off for Rouse. Onto her favorite right foot, finds the half yard of space she needs, and it was a thundering drive. The keeper was beaten, but the crossbar comes to her rescue, and it remains 2-1 in favor of Real SoCal. Courage continue to push for an equalizer. Rashoff onto the loose ball. San Lucas with the header. It will roll out of bounds for a Courage throw-in. We have more U-16-17 playoff action coming your way after this one, as it will be FC Dallas taking on the OC Surf. Still plenty of time to go in this one, though. And Cleve with space to go. It's not a hat trick, was looking to turn provider this time. Rashoff, she has a shot from distance. Couldn't get it to drop in time, and it will be a goal kick for Mackenzie Smith. Out for DePerno. Tolentino looking to run. Brown squares up to her. Tolentino unable to cut inside. Rashoff out wide for Courtnall. Her first real foray forward in this game. As she's quickly shut down, but then fouled by O'Malley. So O'Malley gets a talking to from the referee, Michael Kapp. It was a good first challenge from O'Malley. Second one going into the back of Courtnall. Free kick driven in. Allowed to bounce all the way through. And it's cleared by Tolentino. Quinlan helps it on for Goldthwait. Over the top, looking for the run of Rouse. In a foot race with Courtnall, who gets there first. And safety first from Dumond, as Rouse's pressure forces the third corner kick of the game for the North Carolina Courage. Five players making their way into the box. Another ball served back in. Oh, good hit. Takes a deflection. And the North Carolina Courage back on level terms in the 56th minute. Whether or not it's going to be credited as a Courage goal or an own goal, well, that doesn't matter. It is 2-2. Sapienza getting her double. Her shot was on goal, so she will get the credit for it, but it's the deflection that took it beyond Lynch. And it's game on once again in Oceanside. Dumond. Goldthwait. She elects to go back with it. Now Groff steps into the attack. Eludes one challenge. Flies by another. Groff all the way into the box. Puts it back across. Away by Brown. Over the top for San Lucas. Can she get the ball back to Rashoff, who has space down the near side? Perfectly weighted pass into the path of Rashoff. Abbott comes back to police her. Rashoff, little bit of wizardry, gets inside of Abbott and finding the far post. So close. Oh, what a move that was from Rashoff. Nearly picked out the far corner. It was good skill from Rashoff. Little drop of the hips to step inside of Abbott. And that shot just tailing away from the far corner. This one back for Smith. Into the middle, Sapienza flicks it on, but nobody making the run through. Lynch well out of her box to take. Flights it over to the near side where it's intercepted by Abbott. Quinlan steps inside of Cortez. Rolls it along for Goldthwait. Goldthwait thought about it, now steps into it, and it will be another corner kick for the Courage, their fourth of the match. Well, their last corner kick resulted in a goal. 5 players in and around the box for the Courage. This one skimming off the crossbar and will go out for a goal kick for Real SoCal. Tolentino, Quinlan, Rouse. Oh, lovely skill from Rouse. Gets back for Quinlan. Just all avenues turning into a cul-de-sac right at the top of the box for the Courage. But they will win the ball back in midfield. Long ball over the top. Brown will head it away. Courtnall being hounded by Tolentino. A correction, it's Goldthwaite doing the defending on the far side. But this will be a free kick for Real SoCal. Just past the hour mark in Oceanside. Courage on the attack, looking to take the lead for the first time today, but the move peters out as Lynch comes to clear. Both teams getting ready to make changes. Tolentino working her way to the top of the box, sends it in! And saved by Lynch. As that one deflected awkwardly off the head of Drummond. Looked to be heading toward the far corner, but Lynch was able to get across and smother it. Sapienza. And Cortez shut the door. Rashoff has to spin with it as Sapienza continues to hound her. Brown will use the safety valve in her keeper. And still Sapienza goes. Lynch able to get it out to Courtnall. Back for Dumond. Courtnall. And Rouse gets back in front of her to poke it away. And now here come the changes. There'll be one for each side. As Carly Lipschitz is getting set to check in for Real SoCal. It looks like it's going to be Haley Salas who's checking in for the Courage. And she's going to replace Sarah Arnold. So Salas, who's committed to the University of Miami, is getting set to make her 27th appearance of the season. Salas out of Cary, North Carolina, comes on. For Real SoCal, Carly Lipschitz in her first season in the DA, making her 33rd appearance as she replaces Nina Sharp. Quinlan. San Lucas leaves it off for Rashoff. Little touch on for the sub, Lipschitz. Look at Goldthwaite fighting her way back to win the ball for the Courage. She has been everywhere today in the center of the park for the NC side. 64th minute. Courage coming forward through Abbott. We'll get it back off for Groff. We'll roll it out to the far side for O'Malley. So dangerous when she gets forward. And Courtnall steps in to intercept for Real SoCal. One back by Rouse. Quinlan. Oh, lovely bit of skill on the far side. Rouse wants the ball in. Gets it at her feet. Rouse. Well, the referee's saying that the ball was gotten first, and I agree. A good challenge, even though it came from behind and Rouse went down. It was all ball on that challenge, as it was poked away by Dumont. The pressure continues from the Courage, but it will go out for a goal kick. It's good pressure being applied by Abbott all the way up top as she runs back to her right back position. And Keith West getting ready to flick the switch on another double substitution. The next stoppage of play. But meanwhile, it's DePerno stepping into the attack. She gets it out for Rouse. Rouse has time to shape up for the shot. Second time she's dinged one off the crossbar. And this one off of Lipschitz for the corner kick. 5th of the game for the Courage. And here comes the double substitution for Real SoCal. It's another blazing effort from Lainey Rouse. So unlucky to see it cannon off the crossbar. Second time today she's been denied by the woodwork. So Ashley Torres is getting set to check in for Real SoCal. Off comes Cortez and Kerkorian. Also coming on is Kaylee Button. Button, another player who's up from the U15s for Real SoCal's playoff run. This one played short. Left on. Abbott sends it into the box. Cleared only as far as Groff. Gets it off for Rouse. Rouse, good shielding from Rouse. Pokes it forward. O'Malley was unable to dance her way through. Quinlan. And Quinlan wins a free kick from a very dangerous position. That's the center back, Groff, who's over it. Catherine Groff, future Blue Dew Devil, has a chance to see if she can hit from this free kick because of the foul on Quinlan. So it's the two center backs who are over the ball. It would be DePerno on the right or Groff on the left. Five in the wall for Real SoCal. It's Groff. It's nothing to concern Lynch in the end. And Catherine Groff was in a U-16 national team camp last year. Her and DePerno, the center backs, wearing the armbands for this U-16-17 NC Courage side. Abbott's throwing. DePerno being chased by Rashoff. We'll get it off to O'Malley. She tried to thread it through, looking for the run of Tolentino, but instead it's Rashoff. And this is a potentially menacing break for Real SoCal, but getting back to quell the danger was Riley Quinlan. Schulte looking to bring it down. Lovely little touch back for Torres. Lipschitz. DePerno gets it off to Tolentino. Back for DePerno. Just trying to find O'Malley on the far side. Groff has to get back. She's able to do enough to sweep it away from San Lucas, who commits the foul to win the ball back. Courage head coach Dave Matarin said the biggest thing he tells his players is to be brave and play with courage. Says he wants players that want to get on the ball when the game is on the line, when it is tight and it is tough. He wants players that want to try and make an impact as much as they can. Which players will step up for his side in these final 20 minutes, as it is 2-2 between Real SoCal and the NC Courage here on match day 1 of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy U-16-17 playoffs. 32 teams here in Oceanside. 8 groups of 4, and only the group winners go through to the quarterfinals, so 3 points so important here on match day 1. Tolentino wants the ball in the channel. Good one-touch cross. Real SoCal able to get it clear. Groff wins it off of San Lucas. Good strength in the challenge from Groff. Gets forward, leaves it off for Goldthwait. And her shot blocked by Dumond, but at the expense of a corner kick. Well, Dumond has been in all the right spots in the back line for Real SoCal. This will be an outswinger. Hit across, keepers missed it, but there first is Rashoff. Salas out wide for Abbott. To the end line, pulls it back, and Brown is well stationed. Up to Rashoff. Spinning away. And leaving it for Button. Kaylee Button eating up the ground in front of her. Now sprays it to the far side. San Lucas! Right down the goalkeeper's corridor. But that is how quickly Real SoCal can transition defense into attack. Smith did well to get across and make that save. It might seem easy, but look at her positioning. She was ready for anything at her near post, but also to come back across her line if she had to. In the end, it's the work Mackenzie Smith did beforehand that made that save look easy. So a throw in for Lipschitz. Quinlan gets it inside. Tolentino looking for the curler. It remains 2-2 thanks to Real SoCal's elastic goalkeeper, Allie Lynch, at full stretch to push that around her post. Sixth quarter kick of the game for the Courage. And this one driven in, and this time it's punched by Lynch, who was impeded as she went for the ball. Tolentino Beautifully curled. That ball looked destined for the far post, but a great save by Allie Lynch to keep this game knotted at 2. Courtnall. San Lucas spins back with it. Courtnall continued her run, shaping up to cross. Cleared away. San Lucas. Just wide in the end. But Real SoCal so menacing in transition. Well, they're not super direct, Real SoCal, but still able to get the ball forward in just 3 to 4 passes. It's really impressive to watch how quickly they can connect in between the lines. Lipschitz gets out wide. Rashoff looking for Torres. Was looking for the run of Button. Abbott gets back to her keeper, put her in a bit of an awkward situation, but she's able to get it clear. Good shielding from Brown. Gets back to Dumont. Real SoCal started to push the envelope in these last few minutes. San Lucas takes it off the foot of O'Malley. And San Lucas catches up to the ball, but just couldn't keep it in, and it will go out for a goal kick. Now the referee stopping play for a moment. And that is so that a player can come out. And Shay O'Malley, heard her say that her contact fell out. So hopefully they'll be able to take care of that and get her back in. There is a sub that's up, and it actually is for O'Malley. So O'Malley's gonna come off, and she will be replaced by Mackenzie Geigel. So it's a defender who's off for a forward. And it'll be interesting to see how Dave Madarin reshuffles his pack here, or is he going to 3 at the back? Geigel, who's committed to Louisville, has 21 goals on the season. Can she be the difference maker here inside the final 13 plus minutes? And it looks at the moment that the Courage are going to go with 3 at the back. We'll talk about bravery. Over to the far side for San Lucas, who's been ever present in the last 20 minutes. And well shielded out of bounds for a Courage goal kick. Long ball looking for the run of Sapienza. Has Geigel on the far side and Rouse at the top of the box. Able to pick out Rouse. Gets past one challenge and tried to poke it along for Geigel, but it was intercepted. Rashoff. It's been so good with the ball at her feet, Rashoff. And that is an excellent turn from Burnett, who wins the free kick. Quickly played by Burnett. Rashoff striding forward and getting back was Geigel to make the challenge. Looks like Rashoff was cramping up as she went down. So Glee will stretch her out. We have a stoppage of play in the 79th minute. 2-2 between the Courage and Real. Clee for Real and Sapienza for the Courage at the double. It was Clee in the 37th, Sapienza answering in the 42nd, then Clee again in the first minute of the second half, but Sapienza would complete her double on 56 minutes, and that is where we stand heading into the final 10 minutes. And it is the double goal scorer Clee who will take this free kick. Punch back in by San Lucas, but it will go over everyone, and Smith will hold on to it. Salas. Abbott looking for the run of Rouse. And this one skips over. Ed Courtnall with clear. San Lucas able to catch up to it and keep it in. Gets back for Courtnall. And now she flies up the far side. San Lucas. Intercepted by Burnett. Off for San Lucas. Shaping up to cross. Puts it toward the back post. And getting an important touch was Smith. And would you believe it, for all their attacking, this is just the first corner kick of the game for Real SoCal. Well, San Lucas has been a real nuisance in the second half. And she had to get a touch because Button was lurking. So what can the Woodland Hills side do with their forced corner kick of the game? They've had to wait over 80 minutes to get it. This one taken by Smith. Good composed goalkeeping from Mackenzie Smith. And now the drop kick to try and launch the counterattack. This is going to roll out of bounds. And a double change will be made by David Maturin for the NC Courage. Well, they're not going to get it off yet as the throne was quickly taken. Rashoff. San Lucas now popping up on the near side. Into the channel for Clee. Laddered into by Salas. And it will be a free kick at the edge of the box for Real SoCal. So now Clee needing some attention. Take a look here, and well, she did get the ball, but she did get a bit of Clee before she got the ball, and then got a lot of Clee on the follow-through. And you hope that Clee's okay. Came in as an early first-half sub, Maddy Cleve, and has scored 2 goals off the bench for Real SoCal as the Courage using this injury break to make that double substitution. Looks to me like Bailey Humbert has checked in. And Izzy Lusardi, who also came in earlier, well, Paige Tolentino was going through concussion protocol, gets to come back on. So there's going to be a lot of stoppage time added on at the end of this one as both teams go to their bench. It's a chance for both teams to get water, get ready for this final finish, and also to get some instruction from their bench. The players who came out for the NC Courage were Peyton Goldthwait and Riley Quinlan. Now both teams back on. And Cleve slowly walking off. It's good to see that she's walking off under her own power. Hopefully she'll be able to come back on. Head coach Keith West coming over to check on Cleve. West also the longtime head coach of CSUN, as it is known in these parts. It's Cal State University of Northridge, to give it his full name. Not only the women's head coach, but he also played at CSUN, Keith West. And now his side have a free kick in a very dangerous area. This one fist across. All it needed was a touch, but it skips through and will be a goal kick for the North Carolina Courage. It's a good ball driven in. Bypasses everyone. At the moment, with Cleve off, Real SoCal playing with just 10. And the cross too close to the keeper. Lynch looking for the quick outlet. Excellent distribution from the Real SoCal goalkeeper. And the break is on, going the other way. It's 4-on-3 if they can hurry. And the shot came in to the arms of Mackenzie Smith when perhaps that ball should have been played across. And now the game is really getting stretched. Forward by DePerno. And sent back the other way by Dumman. Rashoff has been excellent when the ball's been at her feet, and she gets it back off to Dumont. Inside for Burnett. Was trying to squeeze it through for San Lucas. Sapienza gets there before Torres. Brown steps in to shut the door. Over for Rashoff. 87th minute. Rashoff skips by the challenge of Abbott. Poked forward for Button. And defended by Groff. Rouse. Lipschitz with the tackle. Lipschitz on the overlap. Zips the ball in along the ground. And it's cleared. Forward by DePerno. Looking for Rouse to chase. Brown has the angle. Rouse battling. And Brown gets back to her keeper. And anywhere will do at the moment, as Lynch just clears it to safety. '88th minute. Is there to be late drama in Oceanside? Salas. Groff. So there's going to be 4 minutes of stoppage time added on at the end of this one. Two players making their way into the box, and it'll be a corner kick for Real SoCal. Six in the box for Real SoCal, getting ready to attack the in-swinger from the far side. Brown is there. Falls for Burnett. Has it poked away from her. Brown trying to get it back in. Getting to it is Smith. And now can she spring the counterattack? The drop kick from Mackenzie Smith. Headed away by Rashoff. Into the final 30 seconds of the 90. And Humbert wins the free kick for the Courage. And now into those 4 minutes of stoppage time. Well, she got on the inside of Lipschitz, who took her down from behind. The ball's quickly rolled out wide. The cross is pumped in, bypasses everyone, off the head of Courtnall, and it'll be a corner kick for the Courage. Rouse will leave this one off. Ball played across, the header. Lynch missed it, cleared off the line, and nobody in a white jersey was able to force it home. Abbott. Pass is cut off. Now it's a foot race to the ball. It's won by Courtnall. Courtnall now in another foot race, able to get it across. Smith off her line, gets there before Courtnall. Players need to drop as it was an outside back who made that 115-yard run. Now flicked on. And at the extreme of her penalty area to take is Lynch. Well, the header, Lynch missed it. And it was Dumond once again who made the clearance and finally scrambled away. Now Rouse with space to cross. Closed down by Brown. Plays it in. And sent clear. Rushoff. A battle in the midfield. And it's going to be a free kick for San Lucas. Into the final 30 seconds, the minimum 4 of stoppage time. Is there be a late winner here, or will these teams share the spoils on match day 1? Oh, an epic battle here on match day 1 between the North Carolina Courage and Real SoCal, ends 0-0. It was a back and forth affair, and in the end, a draw is probably a fair result. What an enticing 90-plus minutes that was. And both teams get a point on match day 1. So a reminder to stay with us as we will get an interview from field level, but that will do it for me up in the booth. I'm Mark Serber saying so long from Oceanside from match day 1, where it finishes the NC Courage 2, Real SoCal 2. A reminder to stay with us for the interviews, and then after that, we will stay at the girls U-16 17 level where FC Dallas is getting set to take on the Orange County Surf. All right. We're here with two-goal hero Maddy Cleve. Maddy, first of all, I know you took a hard challenge at the end of the game. How are you feeling?
Feeling better now. It was tough at the beginning, but feeling good now.
Well, it's great to hear that you're feeling better, especially after your performance. Your side's going to need you for the rest of this playoff run. Walk us through your first two goals. What did you see going into that first goal and then the second one as well?
All right, so first goal, I saw the ball coming over the top. I knew I had to volley it right there. I hit off the defender, and I saw it bounce, had to get on that right away, and I hit it right down low so the keeper couldn't get it because she was already coming in quick.
And then on that second goal, I mean, that was just a minute into the second half. How important was that for you guys to regain the lead so quickly out of the break?
Yeah, it was really important because they scored right after us in the first half, and it seemed like they had the momentum into halftime. So we had to pick our team back up and just come out quick and get them on their heels at the beginning of the half.
And it was a really tough performance today. How would you assess this game, how your team played against a very tough opponent?
Yeah, I would say we played really well. We executed the game plan to par, and we made a couple of mistakes in the middle, but we came out good in the end, and that's all that matters. So we're looking forward to the end of this and finishing out the group strong.
Well, Maddy Cleve, 2 goals today. Tremendous job as Real SoCal get the 2-2 draw against NC Courage thanks to her goals.